Hello hackers, I'm excited. Today I'm going to pick up from yesterday's email from Jeff and talk a little bit about the ways that we can use a bash bunny to securely move crypto files from air-gapped machines to non-air-gapped machines in ways that are not vulnerable to bad USB and other sorts of attacks. This is kind of cool. So Jeff writes, I worked out something with the bash bunny. I wanted a way to transfer files from my air-gapped PKI machine, his crypto box, to my other machines, and I was going to just get a USB drive, but then bad USB. So what he means here is Jeff is concerned about the microcontrollers that are on most of these little USB drives that may be vulnerable to an attack that puts malware on them. So I looked at Iron Keys, only to find that they all use the same AES key, which is sniffable, plus they're god-awful expensive. If only I could find a manufacturer who made their own USB controllers read-only. Then I thought, Bash Bunny. I could have switch position 2 be read-only, position 3 be read-write. Now I just have to work out how to get the attack code to mount the storage that way, and I have a relatively cheap way to securely move files that's immune to bad USB. Way too busy in real life right now, but it seems pretty easy to do and a complete different application for the Bash Bunny, so I thought I'd pass it along. That is a really cool application, especially when you consider the fact that this is a full Linux box under the hood. So yeah, you have the potential to use it to vary files if you want, but you could also do cool crypto stuff right on board. I don't know if you want to put your private key on here. I would, as long as you keep it in your control. Maybe you could even have like a self-destruct button. I don't know. There's so much cool possibility here, but let me break it down. Essentially, Jeff wants a way to move files onto the Bash Bunny and be able to change it from read to read-write. Sort of like the way that you have on your common SD cards where there's a little switch on the side and you can just go boop and it goes read-only. Now, the Bash Bunny is a good solution because it doesn't actually have a silicon microcontroller for storage in the way that your traditional USB drive does. It's actually all done in emulation and software. Essentially, Jeff wants a way to securely move the encrypted files from his main machine that is connected to the internet to an air-gapped machine like this, a crypto box, if you will. This is mine. It's a EPC 701. It's not very fast, nor does it need to be. What's important here is that this machine never touches the internet, never touches any network, and if I want to get files to it, well, it brings up the same problem. I'm assuming he's using PGP or GPG or something similar. We've talked about this on the show numerous times. The only problem with a setup like this is that you can't connect it to the internet, which means that you're forced to use like a disk, like this one here that I have in an evidence bag. But unfortunately, while this disk can become read, write, and read only by putting a notch or putting a piece of tape over this notch, it's not very viable because it doesn't hold that much storage, and for some reason it won't fit in the EPC, you would think. So today I'm going to show you a dead simple way to achieve this using a Bash Bunny for your sneaker netting crypto goodness. Let's take a look. Now I've gone ahead and set up a brand new Bash Bunny, and here on the documentation page I've downloaded the latest firmware version 1.5. If you take a look at the changelog, you'll see that we added ro_storage in version 1.2, and what that does is it allows you to do read-only storage. So let's set that up. Here on my Mac I've got my Bash Bunny, and we have in a very default configuration 2 default payloads. Let's take a look at the payload in switch 1. Essentially all this guy is going to do is say LED B for blue and slow for slowly blink blue, and then it's going to set the attack mode to serial and storage. That's kind of the default, the same thing you would find in arming mode, which we're in right now. So all I'm going to do on this one in switch position 1 is I'm just going to take out the serial. I don't want to open up any attack vectors there. So I'm only going to expose a read-write storage partition, and let's go ahead and change the color to magenta because magenta is fun. I'm going to save that, and now let's go ahead to switch position 2. Literally just going to take out serial and append ro_ to storage, so now it's read-only storage, and we'll change that to Y for yellow because why not? Save that, and we're just going to go ahead and safely eject this. Now unplug my Bash Bunny. I'm going to switch it over to switch position 2, which was our read-only, and plug that guy right back in. Alright, the LED is yellow. And now here on my Mac I have a Bash Bunny, and if I go to File, you'll see that I cannot do a new folder. I can't copy anything over. Let me open up some other folder here, and yeah, all right, I've got a bunny connect.sh. Let me try to drag that over. Nope, it's just not going to go because it's read-only. Safely eject, flip it over to switch position 1, plug that guy in, and now I've got magenta blinking. And just as before, the Bash Bunny shows up. This time if I go to File, you'll see I can do new folder. I can call it whatever I want, and if I want I can copy those files over like this bunnyconnect.sh. No problem. Eject just like before, there you go. Anyway, that's the extent of it, but as you can see, we can build on this so much more, especially if you have a payload that's actually watching for files to be present, and if they're a certain type, like a encrypted volume or whatever have you, it could use the keys on board to decrypt them and do other stuff. There's all sorts of awesome potential there. I want to hear what your thoughts are on the matter. In fact, I also want to hear your thoughts on crypto setups like these. I love the concept of using a air-gapped machine for your PKI. It just makes so much sense to me. But I would love to hear what kind of setups you guys use, so let me know in the comments below. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do a Get Loot giveaway, so I will randomly pick my favorite comment regarding crypto, and you'll find the full rules at hak5.org/contest, but I'll send you a copy of Get Loot. Anyway, with all of that, I'm Darren Kitchen. I'll see you guys soon. Trust your technolust. Domain.com has all of your website needs, from .com and .net to intuitive website builders. Create your online identity with their affordable, reliable tools, and even brand yourself with over 300 extensions from .club to .space. Domain.com loves Hak5, which is why you get 15% off domain names, hosting, and email when you use coupon code HAK5. When you think domain names, think Domain.com.